I think we're good. So yeah, we are Technology Titans. We are game dev group with
Chelsea,
Princess,
Viv,
Lillian.
putting on one. I see a message in chat. Maureen, are you there? Okay. Not sure where Maureen is. But yeah. You can see the cool pixel art on the right. That is all AI generated. We had to make AI Camp be somewhat AI related, and this was our cool way of bridging it in. So we went to Midjourney and generated that. And here is Viv to break down some stuff.
Hi, my name is Viv, and I'll be presenting how the game works. This is an open world adventure game based on like Stardew Valley. So there's like a little character that you play as that you can go on adventures around the map for to kill slimes, if that makes sense. I hate explaining. These slimes can cause damage to the player and kill them. The controls are arrow keys to move, click to attack, and the direction the character is facing is based on where the mouse is facing. You could also switch between maps by going to the farmhouse or traveling to the far right of the third screen.
We'll see if her mic is working. I think she's having some issues with it. Just let me know in chat if you want me to read it off instead.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yep, you're good now.
Okay, sorry, having technology problems. Okay, hi, I'm Maureen, and I'll be going over some of the problems that we faced during the development of Moonlight Valley. So, the first is combat system and animation. So I combined them because they kind of go hand in hand, and that's because when attacking the slimes became difficult because of the slime death animations. So our frames per second was 60 ticks, and if each frame was per tick, the animations would occur within a 15th of a second as soon as the player collided with the hitbox of the slime when you attack it. So if we left it just per tick, then the slime would basically just blip. It would like disappear when you hit it. So we had to make sure that each frame was like displayed in a certain amount of time so that you could actually see the slime death animation. And there are also some limitations to the combat system as well. So you can only attack 32 pixels from the left or to the right, but not up or down. So let's say this is the player and then this is the slime. If it's right on top of you, it's hard to attack it. You would have to move to the side in order to like kill it. And then another problem that we faced was implementing decorations. So particularly in the house, this was because you would have to like layer and place like the images on top of the map tiles, which would be a little hard, especially if you had like multiple images next to each other so that they wouldn't overlap. And a problem that I personally came into contact with implementing the decorations was the sprite sheets. So like sometimes I would grab an image from online and it would be like a ton of images. Like for example, the player images, like it's showing the attack animation or the moving animation. So it was difficult trying to like use like this function we had to cut each picture and scale it down so that we could output it onto the screen without having to like crop every image like on our own. But yeah, so the pictures like on the bottom of the slide are some of the sprites that were from the sprite sheets. But yeah.
Hi, I'm Lillian, and I'm going to be going over the things that we learned. In just like a few days, like even less, even 2 days, we made a game and we learned a lot of new knowledge that will aid ourselves when we go further into our coding careers, such as the basics of Python and Pygame that are like basically developed to help us make games. Map building, which I literally had no idea about. It's very, very interesting. Character combat and collisions, and making those hitboxes with rectangles and coding those if and while loops. Um, entity combat and collisions, which are pretty much the same thing, and learning about sprite sheets and how they work. Object orienting programming, and even like so much more than I can cover and fit on a slide.
Hi, I'm Chelsea, and I will be going over what we would do if we had more time with the project. So we would add we'd add like NPCs, so like the character could like interact with other characters and stuff. We'd add more levels and maps, so like the game would be longer. We'd add more mobs, so it's not just the slimes. And then some like technological things that we'd fix would be like better like attacks and like stuff like that, and then like better death animations, and then the collisions between the character and the objects, which was hard to get. So if we had more time, we would add to that.
Hello, I'm Princess, and I'm going to be going over what we're most proud of. The first one is our main menu screen, which is IA generated. Next are character / mob sprites and idle animations, which you will see more in the demo. And then overall, our decorations and ground designs, which you will also see more in the demo. Then we would like to give credit to the game endeavor for the Mystic Woods pack, and also Stardew Valley for many of the pixel art assets.
All right, and without further ado, this is the final cleaned up version of the background, completely AI generated. I then went into Photoshop and used Clone Stamp, which is basically more AI. You know, it's more computer generated stuff, and that is our final splash screen. So I will go ahead and exit the slides, and now we get to show off the actual game. So yeah, again, one more shout out to the whole team. We made a crazy awesome game, and I'm looking forward to showcasing a lot of the cool stuff we got working. So I'm hoping everything is showing. Go ahead and refresh Replit, as whenever I try to show off something in Replit, it always seems to freeze for a second. There we go. Alrighty. So, this is Moonlight Valley. First off, credits page. Again, shout out to Game Endeavor for the awesome sprite sheets that we were able to borrow. Shout out to a couple of other people for the font we've used. And to the team, one more time, amazing job. So, here's the game. So, we'll start out in essentially a farmstead. So, as Vivian said, arrow keys to move around, and your your cursor, I should say, determines where your player is going to face. It's click to attack, so the slime has been killed. So here's the fun little house and decorations. There's plants. It's a very lively place, and we even made the AI Camp logo a giant brain as the background, just as a real fun nod. So after being introduced to the slimes, you guys will see that there's a lot of slimes and a big boss named Auto Formatting, because auto formatting was our great enemy. So fortunately, I've killed all the little slime minions, different sizes, different speeds. And how am I going to fight auto formatting? Well, I'm going to kill it. Fortunately, yeah. So that's the core gameplay, I should say. We have basic combat, sound effects, and if I go over here, I will show you guys the death animation. There's a health bar in the bottom right for the player, if you noticed it, and that is us dying, which will proceed to quit out the game. But that's the awesome little snippet we got. I'm amazingly proud of what we've accomplished in 2 days, and I can't stop bragging about it to friends and family.